Hello and welcome to Rage Crit. My name is Jay, and today I want to talk about an announcement that Games Workshop have made with another company that we are going to get Warhammer Underworlds online. Now, as far as I can see, this is going to be a semi-faithful recreation of Warhammer Underworlds, Shadespire / Nightvault, in a digital form. A little bit like we have Blood Bowl, but for Warhammer Underworlds. And it makes perfect sense. The model placements don't have to be exact. They're all in what they call hexagon shapes, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, it's interesting. So we'll just have a quick look at the release and stuff like that, and then we'll talk about what it means for the future, etc. So this is the announcement. Wow, I'm really large in this camera shot. I do apologize. I don't know why I'm so big there, but yeah, Warhammer Underworlds Online. It's coming to early access this year. And at the start, it's only going to have 2 factions, and then they're going to add more. They do say it's not going to mirror the actual physical model release. But yeah, it's very, very, very interesting indeed. The trailer doesn't really provide anything. It's mainly just all talk, but essentially it's going to be a nice, like, visual recreation of it. I think it's going to be like faithful. I don't think they're going to change anything. It sounds like the deck's going to be the same. It sounds like it's literally going to be Shadespire or Underworlds, but in digital form. And it's this is the page on Steam if you wanted to check it out. I'm going to get on my actual Steam and make sure I support this, and I'm almost certainly going to be buying into the early access. Might try and see if I can get a press pass or something like that. But yeah, I'm like weirdly really excited about this because yes, there's deck building in it, and it's not deck building that I have a problem with, it's deck buying. I don't want to buy models for stuff that I need. Whereas if this, I don't know what the sales model is going to be like, but if it has a decent sales model where you just buy cards or what have you, or maybe even you just buy the game and you get everything, that would be a winner for me. Yeah, it sounds like it's literally going to be the same game, which makes me tempted to get into Warhammer Underworlds. Like, no, even though technically that doesn't actually make any sense. But I'll just read. I don't want to put it on the screen because I might be showing people's names. But they do talk about on the FAQ, which is why I'm looking to the side. I'll look at it in front of us. They mention. I'll put it on the screen. Whatever. If you see people's names, it's tough, innit? They talk about, you mentioned Warhammer Underworlds as cards. Is it a collectible card game? No. They're going to have a mix of the two, I think. I don't think you're going to have to buy like factions necessarily. I think it's going to be a paid early access, but I don't really know. It doesn't really give us that much information. All we know is that it's coming out this year, and in early access with 2 factions, and I'm just so like happy about this as a concept. Shadespire is a good game for it. As I said, everything's based in cells. The problem you have with like miniatures games is that you like, is here the best place to put it, or is here the best place to put it? Whereas if you have like you know, hexagons or whatever you want to call them, you know, it doesn't matter where they are in that cell. That doesn't matter. It's just as long as they're in there or they're not in there, kind of thing. So it's a 2D game. It's basically what I'm trying to say there. And it's a 2D game, 2D plane, and the movement isn't millimeters, it's squares essentially. And that allows you to essentially create it faithfully in a digital realm. And I'm happy to see that. I think that's a great idea. They did it with Blood Bowl. For some reason, I never even thought about them possibly doing it with Warhammer Underworlds. But yeah, what a great idea. what a great idea that is. As I said, I don't know the sales model. They might end up making it so you have to buy factions, but they're not going to be 20 quid for a faction, are they? Hopefully it's actually just you buy it once and you get everything, but we'll find out more. We'll talk about that more when we know more. It's all speculation at the moment. And I was like, what other games could you do this in? I can't really think of anything. Like God Tier 4, a non-GW game springs to mind, and so does Super Fantasy Brawl, because they're, again, seemingly 2D games. They might have a bit of elevation, I doubt it, like in terms of objects, but they don't really count because you're talking like this much. But yeah, unless your game is boxes that you can move like characters into, you're going to have a difficulty creating that in a fully 3D realm. Like Tabletop Simulator, as good as it is quite awkward, and I can't see a company voluntarily jumping into a game like a tabletop simulator, because essentially it's then just making tabletop simulator but for their own game, and I can't really see companies doing that, or digital video game makers like fancying that as a challenge. Whereas these games where they can be played 2D, I'm like, what a great idea. Like Blood Bowl is a pretty good game. I really like Blood Bowl. The only problem I have, it's not with the digital creation of Blood Bowl. My problem with Blood Bowl is Blood Bowl itself. I used to play it quite a bit, but it seemed to turn into more of a math problem than a fun game. Like there was literally mathematically the best options to do, and there was a lot to calculate during it, and it wasn't really very fun. Whereas I reckon these Underworld games, once you take out all the, oh, where's my dice, what's my card, blah blah blah, these games might not be like 40-50 minutes like they are in real life. These games might be 20 minutes. And just being able to like play a fully fledged tabletop game in like that kind of time frame online at my desk, oh, I love the idea. I love it. I think it's a great idea, honestly. I'm so happy about it. Even though it's not a game I've even played. It's a game I've thought about. There is a gentleman who's, I won't mention, just in case you don't want me to, keeps trying to get me to play Shadespire / Underworld / Night Vault. It's actually Underworld, Warhammer Underworlds. Still not happy about the name, but there you have it. Yeah, I think this is a great idea. Let me know your thoughts. This is just saying, hey, look, they've announced this game. It's coming out in Early Access 2019. It's going to be 2 factions at first, and then they're going to add more and more and more and more and more. No, we don't know how much it costs. No, we don't know when it's coming out, etc. It's just the initial announcement. But I just think what a good idea, as I've said many times in this video, so I'm probably going to wrap things up. Let me know your thoughts. Are you going to play this? It's really like, if Warcry wasn't on the precipice, like if it wasn't coming out probably in the next 3 to 5, 6 months, I would right now go ahead and buy Warhammer Underworlds just to learn the rules and just to play a little bit so I could get in on this game, because I'm very excited about it. What's your thoughts? Do you wish any other game would go like this? As I said, it's not really reasonable that a game like Kill Team would go into a game like this, or that kind of thing, because really they're quite hard things to translate tabletop games into physical games. That's why they're different from video games in a lot of ways. But some games make perfect sense, and I think this is one of them. So this is a game I'll probably cover on the channel. There aren't many like Warhammer like tabletop games that I actually will probably cover, because a lot of the times they're quite different. Whereas this one, I'm in. It is essentially the game digitally, officially. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy to see that kind of initiative by GW and the company who's making them, who I really should probably try and find out the actual company who's making this game. It's Steel Sky Productions. I don't really know too much about them. I'm just going to quickly click them on Steam to see if they've made anything else. They don't seem to have anything else on Steam, but you know, if it's a faithful recreation, as long as it's not laggy or buggy and that kind of stuff, you know, I suspect will be okay. So yeah, I'm happy about this. Let me know your thoughts. I can't really see anything else getting translated into that, so I won't ask if there's anything else that you think could be translated. But I mean, if there's a game that's popular you think could, let me know which. And other than that, have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Please do that. And if you like this video, press like. I'm looking forward to this. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.